Hello, everybody, and welcome to an Ikoria draft here on the channel. Now, before I dive in, and as we wait for the queue to fire, I want to give a huge shout out to Wizards of the Coast. Thank you so much for giving me access to a free preview account for this early access event, so I can start churning out the content and drafting Ikoria live with other players on MTG Arena. I am so excited. Also, if you want to support my content, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment in the comment section down below if you do have any questions or feedback. Be sure to check out the Twitch stream, twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas, to catch me streaming live. And if you would like to talk about all things Magic, you can join the Discord server for the NicolaiBolas community. It's free to join. Everyone is welcome, and there will be a link to that in the description and pinned comment down below. 7 people in the queue. Let's get going. I'm really excited to see how human drafts work out on Ikoria. I've been doing a ton of preview work for Ikoria, so there's been a lot of ideas churning through the old noggin, as they say, or as I say. Noggin is maybe an outdated word. Chat is getting hyped. Hype, as Okos Bro says. And boom! Table is ready! Let's go! Oh, yes! The sound effect is so satisfying. Check. That was me saying check. It wasn't me cursing or anything. Check. Yeah, that was... Ready? Come on, last person. I beg of you, please! Please! Yes! Who are we with? Oh, man. This is amazing. We're going to switch to this mode. Okay, so starting things off, we have opened a fantastic rare, Quartzwood Crasher, really a great payoff for being in a red-green deck. It's a 5-mana 6/6 that makes a ton of 6/6s. Thank you, Dr. Silly Scopes. Thanks, Ganked by Wife. It looked like it's going to be relatively soon. This card is fantastic. It's just a huge creature. We're definitely going to reserve it. And we're going to be taking that card 100% here, even though it is a gold card. After that, one of the top commons is in the pack, Deadweight. Deadweight is a nice little early removal spell, though I think black is one of the weaker colors. There is a Gain Land. Escape Protocol is one I'll want to try, but not in this situation. In any base red deck, agreed. Who are we passing to? I can't see the table. Bastion Remembrance could be good. Momentum Rumblers, I think, a little bit weaker. I think this is a pretty strong common. We're going to confirm our pick. Waiting on other players to pass a draft pack. Okay, so now we can see the table. Mr. Fox, Ingli, Dr. Kure, Gadoka, Profumato, the Doctor, and Lively Brush. Whoo! Do we go for it, folks? I think we do it! Oh my gosh! We first pick Quartzwood Crasher, and then we can second pick a Genesis Ultimatum. Just draw 5 for 7 mana, put any permanents into play. I mean, this is the first draft of the format. This is when you go deep and just kind of take this sick rare. What did they take out of the pack? Now that it's a human draft, we can actually read signals and have it be, like, reliable stuff. They took an uncommon. I think it is a trap. I think we want to do well in this draft so we can, like, talk about it and stuff. I think the correct pick is probably Evolving Wilds. I think this card's actually not very good. We have 20 seconds. I think Evolving Wilds is just a very good, like, land-fixing card. Fertilid's pretty good. We would have to be blue-green, and we already have a really good blue-red card. I think Evolving Wilds versus Fertilid is close. I think I'm going to take the Fertilid, though. I really want to try that card out. It can get me to my Quartzwood Crasher. It can help fix my mana. I think it's going to be slightly better than Evolving Wilds as a pick. Following things up, Rumbling Rock Slide, really good removal spell. Forbidden Friendship is definitely an option. I think it's not as much of a beatdown card because the 2 1/1s are blanked by a 2/2. But Rumbling Rockslide is fantastic. It works well with the Fertilid ramp plan. It's a 4-mana removal spell that pretty much kills anything in the late game because you'll have a good amount of lands. We are actually set up to splash. We're going to be a red-green deck that can probably splash like single black cards and stuff like that. Yeah. Yes. Also, Tsujav, if you have like 3 Tramplers or something like that, and they all hit your opponent, you'll just get a massive creature. You don't get multiple creatures. After the Rumbling Rockslide, there's actually not a ton of good green cards in the pack. And the next best card is actually probably like Lurking Deadeye, which is interesting. Definitely something to keep in mind. So maybe we're getting cut on green or something. Following things up, there is a Humble Naturalist. This card can actually be a really good payoff for ramping into things like Quartzwood Crasher. There's a Zagoth Crystal, which doesn't get all of our colors. What happens if you time out on a pick? I think it just takes a random card, say Yoho. The interface with how many packs you have waiting is sweet. Yeah, I think we're going to take the Humble Naturalist to fix our mana. I think Dreamtail Heron is a great card, but we're kind of already on a great red-green path, and we don't want to put the person to our left into red-green. We haven't passed really a playable green card yet, so if we keep taking those, we'll get paid off in pack 2. Dreamtail Heron is definitely good, but we aren't really on a path to playing blue at the moment. Survivor's Bond is much more of a black-green card, I think. Yeah, I'm really excited to try this deck out. Let's just take the Humble Naturalist. Okie doke. And now we see a Rugged Highlands. This card is going to be great. Helps us have a stable mana base and is going to help us splash. One of the cool things about this type of card... Ooh! Thank you so much, Xylanol, for the subscription. I really appreciate the support. Rugged Highlands is actually going to be a really good way to help you splash. Even if you are in a red-green deck, you can splash a different color easier because you'll have more sources of your main color. So, like, if I was to splash a blue card, I would have then, if I was like 7/7 Rugged Highlands and 2 islands, then I would have 8/8/2 instead of if it was like a blue-green land. It just means I have to run, I just have more consistent mana, which still helps with a splash, even though it doesn't actually have part of the splash color. Looks like there's some white-black going around, some white cards. We got our Rugged Highlands because we reserved it. Whew. And now there is a Zagoth Crystal. There's some blue here still. The All-Mighty Brushwag is something I could consider. Raking Claws actually works really well with big Tramplers, so maybe that's something to think about. We haven't actually seen any mutate creatures. Hello, Fixzingo. I think Raking Claws is an interesting option. The All-Mighty Brushwag is also an interesting option just because it's also a Trampler to work with the Crasher, and if I mutate onto it, it's a nice option. I already have a pretty good mutate card with Fertilid. That's a good one to mutate onto, but I don't have anything to mutate with. I think Raking Claws could work really well with things like the Crasher. Giving it double strike means that I'll make 2 tokens, which is really cool. So I think that's probably going to be my priority here over something like the Brushwag. And it also has cycling, so I can get rid of it if it's not going to be good. Whew, another Humble Naturalist. I like that. I also would like an Adventurous Impulse for this deck, but I really don't need to prioritize it. Because I would like to be able to find my Quartzwood Crasher in a higher percentage of games, and Adventurous Impulse does help me do that. But I'm going to just keep taking the Humble Naturalists. It's going to help me ramp, and I think that's going to be good. I think Raking Claws is actually going to be quite a nice addition if I have some bigger trample creatures. I like that you can see when your next pack is available. And Forbidden Friendship came back. That's going to be a nice addition. Just make those 2 1/1s. It looks like maybe white is a little bit open, black has seemed a little bit open, and blue. But Forbidden Friendship is actually a pretty good 2-drop, so pretty excited to see this card. Oops, I should have took the extra. I thought that I was getting past a pack, so I should have taken that extra opportunity. No worries. Yeah, I'm gonna excited to go Quartzwood Crasher and Raking Claws it to get 2 6/6s and hit them for 12. We haven't really passed a ton of playable green. I think Adventurous Impulse is one of the first green cards we've passed. Now Forbidden Friendship is another fine option. Makes 2 1/1s. We could also just take a Thornwood Falls. We have the tools to splash relatively easily. Wilt is also a fine option as well. I think the Thornwood Falls for splashing blue is a good option. Wilt is a fine one as well, just because we can main deck this. Oh, I love it too, Gruston. And then another Forbidden Friendship could be solid. I think we're going to take the Wilt, because we already have a Forbidden Friendship, and having access to a copy of Wilt is really nice. And now this card could be a fine sideboard option. Savai Crystal, not really what I'm looking for. Another Raking Claws could be fine. I think we're just going to take another Raking Claws. It does cycle, so it's not going to ever be too bad. I'm kind of wishing I'd taken the Thornwood Fall. Not really. I haven't seen any real reasons to be blue. And we do have pretty good ramp tools. Getting a Goriak is fine. Not like the end of the world. I think it's best of 3. Wilt is more likely to wheel. That pack was small enough that it wasn't going to be wheeling. And actually, Wilt is a pretty good card because it can cycle, so you can actually main deck your enchantment removal. So if they Pacifism my Quartzwood Crasher, I'll be fine. And we're actually just going to take the Zagoth Crystal here. Heightened Reflexes could be good. Let's take Heightened Reflexes. I'm going to take the Zagoth. I have a feeling that I might want to splash, and so Zagoth can be a good tool for that. And now Tentative Connection just keep people from getting red cards. Seeing a couple late tentative is nice. Oh, nice! And we got a premium mutate rare. This card is going to be great. It has trample itself, which is a really nice payoff. The time for each pick is adjusting a Thrensil, so you start off with more time when there's more cards in the pack. Gemrazor is great. It's a reach trample creature. I can mutate it onto things, and when it mutates, I destroy artifacts or enchantments, so it's another like wilt type effect. It's going to be a fantastic addition to the deck. I'm not going to splash something like Zagoth Mamba. Perfecting the art of opening on color rares. Mwah! It is something I have like practiced over time. Cloud Piercer would probably be my next pick just because I really like the mutate cards. Lava Serpent can be good as well. Other than that, I would have to consider like splashing something or take like a Momentum Rumbler. But yeah, I think Gemrazor is like clearly the best pick. We don't really want to play Tentative Connection in this deck. And we're not at the moment playing the Zagoth Crystal. Another great card with our Raking Claws. Pretty much anything with Trample is great with Raking Claws. Whew. I'm glad I hovered the card properly. And now we can take Fire Prophecy. I think this is maybe the best common in the set. Hey, BSV 33.3. I don't know why I didn't say 333, but yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yes, it is a great mutate target, so it'll keep the counter. So if I go Fertilid into Gemrazor, I have a 6/6 trample. I think Sonorous Howlbonder is a great card, but we don't really have the menace to support it. It's like a 3-mana 2/2 that can't be blocked with upside, because there's no way people are going to be able to block this card consistently. But Fire Prophecy is just such a good removal spell. I really like Lavabrink Venturer. Getting this card passed to me is actually kind of like a signal that white is probably open, but we're kind of already committed to our plan. So we're going to stick to our red-green. Thank you so much, Plemansky, for the follow. I appreciate it. But yeah, we're going to take the Fire Prophecy, get a great removal spell. We have some pretty good 2-drops already with the Humble Naturalists and stuff like that. And we do want to make sure we prioritize some creatures. Ooh, this is a good one. Frontland Felidar is a type of card that's actually a pretty solid splash. It has a very good ability and is overall very strong. I think we are probably going to take the Ram through, though, just because we don't really need to splash it. Sure, we have a couple Humble Naturalists and a Fertilid, but I think because Ram through is such a powerful card, and it works really well with Tramplers, especially like mid-combat, you can like use your Ram through and like mid-combat with your Quartzwood Crasher, trample through some extra damage, and let's see how this works. Deal combat damage, so I don't get bonus damage for using the Ram through, but I don't get bonus like things. I think Frontland Felidar would be a solid pick. Other than that, I mean, Lava Serpent or Bristling Boar would also be good options. I kind of like Bristling Boar, but a Ram through is just such a good removal spell that it's not worth taking a splash card. I also think Polywog Symbiote is quite powerful. Is this the draft design? It's actually going to be going live tomorrow for everybody, so that's actually really exciting. Mythos of Brokos is going to be a pretty solid card, just getting back to permanent cards, so I can get back like 2 of my guys that have died, things like that. There's also an Adventurous Impulse to help me find my Quartzwood Crasher more frequently. Ram Through is my pick for best green common. Fire Prophecy for best red common. They're both like, I think they're probably both top 3 commons overall too, so really good. You're not really going to be rare drafting if you're trying to do your best to win. I think here we could take the Mythos of Brokos, and it's just going to be more powerful. We don't need to prioritize things like Adventurous Impulse. And we can probably even wheel that card. Ikoria is once in future, yes. Exactly. Yeah, it does get back Cyclers as well. I'm really excited to try it out. And another Ram Through. This is actually a really good sign. We're seeing the green cards flowing, which is really good for us. If this weren't in the pack, I would 100% be taking the Dranith Stinger here. This card is great. It's a 2-drop that can cycle. It may not be a like non-human, so I can't mutate onto it, but I only have 1 mutate creature, even though I've been like keeping my eye open for them the entire time, and I do think it's going to be a pretty nice effect. Let's get this Ram Through. Hello, Squad 5 boy. But yeah, going to take this Ram Through. And now another Humble Naturalist versus an Excavation Mole. I think I'm just going to keep taking the Naturalists. Honestly, I don't have an insane number of like high converted mana cost creatures. I only have 6 creatures, but like it's got to be better than taking the Mole, I think. It does have Trample. Maybe I would rather just take the Mole. I already have a couple Naturalists. And I want to have some creatures to ramp into. It does. No, it actually does. It doesn't make a Ram Through token with the Ram Through. You don't get a token. It has to be combat damage. Thank you, Squad 5 Boy, for the subscription. I appreciate it. I think Excavation Mole is the pick there. Whoo, a Fertilid or a Fully Grown. We're just going to take the Fertilid. We want to have creatures, and Fully Grown, while a nice card, we already have 2 Raking Claws as combat tricks, and like Ram Throughs and stuff like that, and we really just need to make sure we get more creatures. And Fertilid's a great creature. We can actually splash pretty easily now. Oh my gosh, nice, Tujav. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for, it's always nice to like know who the people are. I think Fully Grown would be a solid card, but we don't really need that as much as we need creatures. Whoo, and now Essence Symbiote. I really like this card. We only have 1 Mutator right now, but I think it's still just going to be a good 2-drop. Probably a little bit better than the Naturalist. We already have a couple Naturalists. And Evolving Wilds is also a solid option if we wanted to splash. Let's just take the Essence Symbiote. I have a good feeling about pack 3. We might maybe get a couple of Mutators. And now we'll take Lava Serpent. It's a nice top-end card. We do have some good ramp in the form of Fertilids and Humble Naturalists. Hello, Super Rensky. And this is just a fine like top-end card over things like a Frenzied Raptor. That was a late Essence Scatter, by the way. Wow, Sonorous Howlbonder came back. We'll just take it. I mean, we could still get some Menace cards in just our green-red deck, and it's going to be a pretty solid card, even as a 1 red-red card. Another Lava Serpent versus a Bristling Boar. I'm leaning towards just taking the Bristling Boar. Sure, we wouldn't mind another 2-drop in the Forbidden Friendship, but Bristling Boar is a nice card to go. Turn 2 Humble Naturalist, turn 3 4-drop, and we don't really have the 4-drops to do that very much right now, so having 4-drops is actually quite good in our deck. And we already have a Serpent. And Adventurous Impulse came back. That's really good. I actually was actively hoping that card would wheel because I want to be able to find the Quartzwood Crasher a little bit more often, or our Gem Razor. And now the Heightened Reflexes came back. So our deck is looking good. Even if we only had these 2 packs, our deck would look great. We got a Trirome, which is for red, green, or blue, so that's our 3 colors. That being said, there's also a Glowstone Recluse, which is going to be another really good card in the deck, I think. You just mutate this onto something as a 4/5 reach. The Red Mentor does give Menace. Yes. This is actually really interesting because, I mean, I don't think we take the Trirome here. We don't want to take a land over a really powerful card for our deck at this point. Even though we do have, like, technically all the playables we would need. I would not mind cutting some of these cards for more powerful options. I think the Boneyard Lurker is pretty good, but I'd rather take the Gemstone, I think. Actually, we're just going to take the Boneyard Lurker. We just will mutate this card exclusively. We don't have to be able to cast it for black. We could cast it for black with Humble Naturalist, but I think it's just a pretty powerful mutate card on its own. And a little bit better in terms of the value that it gets over something like the 2/3. Though I do think the 2/3 is quite good. I'm going to be keeping my eye out for mutate cards here. We could take a Pouncing Shore Shark as a splash. That doesn't sound like the worst option. We already have a Wilt. There's also Fly Fetcher Giraffid, Forbidden Friendship. I think this card is underrated right now. I think it's going to be pretty good squirrel position. I'm really excited to just be playing it. I think we're going to take the Pouncing Shore Shark as a splash option. We don't need to take any like mutate payoff cards like the Egg. And this is going to be a pretty solid splash, I think. We have 2 Naturalists, 2 Fertilids. And so we can relatively easily splash. And Shore Shark is quite a good card. The Boneyard Lurker is also semi-splashed. But we do have like things like Excavation Mole that self-mill us a little bit. And now there is another Shore Shark. There's also an Archipelagore, which I do like, but I think it's more of a better in like, I guess it's pretty good in an aggressive deck. It works well mutating onto Trample as well. This is interesting because I think we want to splash. Oh, I think actually we're just going to take another Rumbling Rock Slide, get more good removal spells instead of splashing one of these. Though these are quite good cards. Both of these are nice options, and I think I kind of wish that I had a little bit more fixing at this point. I mean, I do have good fixing. I have the 2 Naturalists, the 2 Fertilids. I don't really want to splash multiple cards at this point, though. I think 1 Shore Shark will be fine. I think this might be best of 3. I'm not 100% sure, though. The new name changes are kind of confusing me. But I think Rumbling Rock Slide is definitely great, and I'm not going to be disappointed picking that one up. I think we've already got a good amount of fixing. There's fixing in my sideboard. Oh, I have the Zagoth Crystal. Excellent memory. Excellent memory. We'll put that back in. Wow! What a payoff. Trumpeting Gnar is great. We have a few mutate creatures already. I wish we could take the Swiftwater Cliffs. There's also a Fire Prophecy, but I think this has got to just be the Trumpeting Gnar pickup. It's going to be a great mutate addition to the deck. We already now in pack 3 we have 1, 2, 3. I guess we have 3 mutators now. That would be our 4th. 1, 2, 3. 3 mutators. That would be our 4th. We have an Essence Symbiote. The shark does have arms. It's kind of terrifying. I do like Fire Prophecy, but I think we just want good threats at this point because we do have a lot of removal. And now Mythos of Aluna. We can't really splash a double-colored card with our fixing. So I think we're just going to take the Ferocious Tigerilla. It can get Trample for our Trample synergies, which is quite nice. I think it's better than a second Wilt, especially because we have this Gem Razor. We're going to cut the Mosscoat Goriak. And we're just going to get the Tigerilla. It's going to be a pretty good addition. And now there is another Rumbling Rock Slide, another fantastic removal spell. I wouldn't mind the Brushwag at this point, just as an early thing that I can mutate onto. Sonorous Hellbonder is actually pretty good to mutate onto as well. But we're going to take the Rumbling Rock Slide, I think. Get those premium removal spells. Thank you so much, Darth Daddy, for the follow. I appreciate it. And now, Greater Sandworm is fantastic. There's not really anything else for us. We could take a Survivor's Bond, I guess, but Greater Sandworm is going to be another good cycling threat for the top end that lets us use our mana well, and rewards us a little bit for our ramp with Fertilids. And I'm pretty excited to try that one out. I've really enjoyed it last time it was around. This deck is really good, I think. On to Hellbonder. Oh, right, it's a human. Thanks for pointing that out, Sujav. Thanks for pointing that out. Fully Grown, going to be a nice addition to the deck. We do want a little bit more trample to work with our Quartzwood Crasher. We might not splash blue. Fertilid, nice. That another Zagoth Crystal. I think we're just going to take the Fertilid. Fertilid is actually really good to splash on, to mutate onto, and I didn't think about that one before when I was naming good cards for us to mutate onto. We have 3 Fertilids. Fertilid into like any of our mutate creatures is so good. And now we can take Forbidden Friendship. We could take... I don't think we want Egg. We do only have like 3 mutate. We have 1, 2, 3 mutate creatures. Let's just take the Forbidden Friendship. Maybe we'll need more 2-drops. And now, probably not going to play the Springjaw Trap. Let's just take the Heightened Reflexes. Another Adventurous Impulse could be good. This is kind of a good splash enabler. We're just going to take the Impulse again. I think this card's actually much better than this type of pick. Oh yeah, with Mythos. Look how many playables we have. We have 36 playables. Shredded Sails, I think, is actually a fine main deckable option. No, we just play against other people that have drafted Gil Zero. Otherwise, it would take like a long time to do drafts. Okay, so this is our deck, folks. We have a lot of cuts to make. I know my camera's like my camera's right on here on the left. Oh yeah, perfect. Okay, it's still visible. So we're gonna cut the Heightened Reflexes. We aren't gonna need those. Probably not gonna need the Adventurous Impulses. We have so many 2-drops. I think we're just gonna... We could consider not splashing the Pouncing Shore Shark. I do think it's quite powerful. I think we want to play like only 1 island if we do play in islands. We don't want to play any swamps. So we played 7, 7, 1. That's 15, 16, 17. Let's just consider that as our mana right now. Yeah, I'll see you later, Sujav. Splash it, as our turtle says. I think we'll cut the Sonorous Hellbonder probably. It's going to be okay, but we can't mutate onto it. Doesn't really fit our plan all that well, and we do have a lot of cuts to make. This is going to be mostly a 5-drop in our deck. This is going to be mostly a 4-drop. Zagoth Crystal. Probably still worth it. We do have a lot of expensive cards to ramp into. I think we're going to cut the Shredded Sails, the Wilt. We have the Gem Razor as a main deckable Wilt. We'll cut at least one Raking Claws. Oh, we also have the Humble Naturalist, which can help with the mutate cost. I don't really want to play 16 lands. We have very expensive deck. And like some pretty good like rewards. Whoa, we actually have this to make black mana. I didn't think about that. So we can actually cast Brokos for its like full value, which is kind of cool. If we have a Zagoth Crystal in play, which is pretty sweet. What other cards do we want to cut? Bristling Boar might not be the best. Ferocious Tigerzilla is definitely just going to be better because we can give it Trample to work with our Quartzwood Crasher. Oh, I cut an I thought I had already cut an Impulse. I think I'll just cut both Impulses, and I'll probably cut a Forbidden Friendship. Actually, I'll just cut the Raking Claws and add back in the Forbidden Friendship. I'll see you later, Xylanol. So we have a lot of 2-drops. Still not that great. Yeah, I could see cutting the Fully Grown. I do want to have some combat tricks. We have 2 Ram Throughs, though, which are kind of like combat tricks for that type of thing. We have 3. We have a lot of removal. I'm not sure Forbidden Friendship is really where we want to be, but I'm going to try it out. Mythos of Brokers might be too slow. Lots of Fertilids is good. Impulse does help getting the rare. I know, it's really tricky. We have a lot of good cards, though. And so, like, when you have such a powerful deck, adding cards that are just for, what's it called? Like, that are just for finding your good cards gets worse the more good cards you have. Because, like, drawing, like, a Gem Razor or a Quartzwood Crasher naturally is just fine as well. I think we're going to cut one of these 4-drops, because we do have a lot of 4-mana removal spells. So maybe we cut the Ferocious Tigerzilla. How many creatures do we have? 15 creatures. Like, let's just... We don't want to cut any of these big cyclers, because they're going to be nice payoffs for our ramping. Is the Shark really worth it? That's what I've been thinking. I don't think the Shark is worth the splash, because we have such powerful cards naturally anyway, that, like, we don't need to splash the Shark. We'll splash the Trumpeting Gnar, though, because we don't need to play the blue mana for it. And then we can cut Zagoth Crystal as well. I do have the Trumpeting. I know, it's really tricky. I mean, maybe if Tigerzilla is not good. Gnar is insane. How many mutates without Shark? We have 2. We have the Gem Razor, the Boneyard Lurker, and the Gnar. I kind of want to splash the Shark, but maybe I don't play the Zagoth Crystal. I can probably just get it off the Humble Naturalist, 3 Fertilids, and 1 Island, which is probably just worth it. Whoa. Where's Ikoria land? Let's try this one. Whoa, this filter thing looks really complicated. Yeah, that was new. Maybe we cut Mythos without Zagoth Crystal. Mythos is still just going to be good, getting back 2 permanents. I have, like, Mole, which can mill me. I might just cut a Forbidden Friendship. And, like, a Tigerzilla. How's this look? How many creatures do we have? 14 creatures. Forbidden Friendship is also like a creature. 3, 4, 5. We have a lot of early drops. Tons of removal. Yeah, I like this deck. I mean, we don't really need card draw. We just have individual cards that are very powerful. Let's scroll through. We don't really want the Raking Claws. We already have a Forbidden Friendship, so I don't think we want a second one. Excavation Mole is actually pretty good in the deck because there's another Trampler. Shredded Sails is going to be just a sideboard card, even though it normally would be a fine main deck option. Ferocious Tigerzilla could be good, but I don't think we have room. I think we just would rather have Rock Slide than it. I could see cutting Mythos of Brokos. It's not bad. It's you just have to think about it as if Mythos was on the bottom card of your deck. I wouldn't mind an Adventurous Impulse. A Wilt would be fine. But overall, this deck looks quite good to me. We have some real power here. I mean, Mythos is just a 2-for-1. It's not like an insane value, but we have some Cyclers, which make it better. And overall, I'm excited to try this deck out. I hope you enjoyed the drafting portion and stay with me for the matches. We just have to choose our card sleeve. Well, that was interesting. And we're just going to be using the Ikoria lands. Let's dive on in. I think our deck is pretty good. I'm excited to see how it works out. I think there are definitely tons of powerful creatures. I think splashing the shark is really nice. I don't think the swamp is worth it just because we don't have any black creatures. We're just going to be using the Boneyard Lurker as like a like a mutate thing. On the play, 5 lands. We have a Gnar, we have a Rock Slide. We use our lands relatively effectively. This is probably this is probably a keep, to be quite honest, on the play. We have some expensive cards in our deck. It's a close one for sure, though. But Trumpeting Gnar is really powerful. That was not what we wanted to draw. Maybe we have too many Rock Slides. I mean, we have like 6 premium removal spells with the 3 Rock Slides. Let's just play the Mole first here. We're not really going to want to use our Gnar on the Mole, I don't think. Well, that was an unfortunate mill, for sure. Yikes. Do I block? Probably. Do I want to block? I kind of don't. I don't really like this field as much. I think I'm just going to Rock Slide this guy and attack them. Yeah. I think I'm just going to play the Gnar to make an extra 3/3. Sure. That's fine. It was like a 5-mana 3/3 in that situation. Okay, that's a fine creature because it can block the Frost Links. We do have a couple of really nice draws here, like the 6-mana 5/5 haste. I mean, Ram Through is a pretty nice card to have here as well. Oh, that's really bad for us. Oh, that's really bad. That is not ideal. Yeah, it's not over till it's over, as they say. Like, we could just rip one of our good mutate creatures off the top, and the game just resurges for us. Like, imagine if we drew the mutate card that, like... Okay, they got a couple of scary cards there. That's bad for us. That is not ideal. Like, imagine if we drew the Gem Razor card here. Then we have a 6/6 trample all of a sudden. Now it's over. I think. Yeah, we kept a 5-lander, so this isn't like that unexpected. But again, our deck doesn't really draw very well in terms of like late game filtering and stuff and card draw. So we kind of just rely on top decking well in these spots. We did draw relatively well. We had 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm surprised they didn't use that to kill the Naturalist and to push damage. So that's going to be 5. It's not over till it's over, so if they attack with everything, we can top deck one of our mutate cards or the 5/5 haste guy and potentially get them. Okay, they're only attacking with that. Makes sense. Yeah, that's the game. And we will concede. Those 2 lands came at an inopportune moment. We really need to finish them off because they had so many cards from their card advantage, their card draw. Let's check out the deck again after that game to see if there's any changes we'd like to make. We seem to have no problem getting a ton of lands into play. Do we have any expensive cards that we wanted to play? Maybe we don't need... The Trumpeting Gnar honestly didn't seem as good. Excavation Mole definitely didn't seem insane because it's not really good to mutate onto. Like, it's not like a huge stat bump. So maybe we'd rather just play like the Ferocious Tigerzilla. The Forbidden Friendship did not seem like it would have been good there. I think we'd rather just have like a Bristling Boar. Let's just play the Tigerzilla over that and try that one change. It is best of 1, I guess. Wait, I'm running 18 lands? I think I'm running 17 lands, right? I was trying to run 17 lands. I think maybe I miscounted the number of lands I have. Yeah, I added the wrong number of lands to my deck. I think I got confused when I added back in the planes. Oh my gosh, it's a rematch. I just played against this person. Whoops. Well. Whoopsie daisies. I definitely want 17. I don't want 18 lands. Mistakes happen to us all. This is going to be interesting. Opponent is the same one as last time. We'll probably just jam this on turn 5. Nice, Dojo Pan. Don't make sure you don't like spoil any of the cards or anything because that ruins the fun, but that's cool. Time for revenge. Play 15 lands. The Math Wizard, Circovitz. Oh, opponent. Oh, opponent. My Quartzwood Crasher will stay here forever. It's going to be glorious. I'm just going to try and save my removal for their flyers. Play around Convolute with my Essence Symbiote. Counter if you must. I don't care. Boom. Honestly, I'm liking the Shore Shark right now. Ah, the Avian Oddity. Is Miss Maria Pants, like... I feel like... I don't know if... It's probably not Maria Bartholi. I don't know who it is, probably. Then, I don't know who it is. But it's funny to get a rematch. My hand is really good right now. I kept a sketchy hand again. They have a swamp, a forest, jungle hollow. Okay, they're mutating. I'm actually okay with this. If they tap out, I'm just going to kill their creature, hit them, and make another 6/6. So... Oh, yes! Oh, they're so dead! They are so dead. Oh, gosh. I'm sorry to do this to you, opponent. Oh, they're so dead. Oh, it's Megan. Oh my gosh, huge fan of Megan. So this is going to be sweet to get revenge. Oh, revenge is sweet, isn't it? Oh, how the turns have tabled. No! Wait, are they going to fight my 3/3? Please fight with 3/3. Aw. That's sad. That wasn't very nice. No, it wasn't going to matter because the Seeker, if I did the damage to the 3 toughness thing, then I would have trampled over for 1 less damage in the actual combat. So it was going to be the same no matter what. No! Well, that's a bummer. How many rares does she have? Gosh, darn it. Yeah. I'm so afraid of the 4. Oh, no. No! Are you kidding me? I'm going to end my turn here. Next turn, I'm going to try to Fertilid plus Pouncing Shore Shark. Okay, perfect. I didn't mind if she killed this guy. How many Coglas can you possibly have? Let's go. This ape is so absurd. Okay, we know they have this card, which you don't really care about. Ho ho ho! Mythos of Brokos, my friend, my ally. Ho ho! The Mythos of Brokos. So we can Pouncing Shore Shark onto this guy. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 mana, so we can actually do both. I think we just bounce the... We're going to put the Shore Shark over. Quartz Wood Crasher and Essence Symbiote. Yeah, no big deal. Yeah, mutate cost. Oh my gosh! Why? There's so... Oh, that was such a sick rip. Oh, nah. Ugh. Irritating. Oh gosh, and she's just gonna be able to grow it. Oh, it's so irritating. Ugh. Haymaker Festival, that's a good way of putting it. Oh yes! The Lava Serpent! That might be enough. So, if she puts a counter on this, then it'll eat my Quartzwood Crasher. Then I have a 5/5 coming in. I have a 5/5, a 2/2, so they'll go block, block, take 6 or 5. So if I don't attack with the Essence Symbiote, and instead I just go 6, 6, this thing dies. This thing will, and this thing, both are very scary. So they'll have to be blocked by 1. Farewell, Quartzwood Crasher, we hardly knew ye. So this thing's dead. But if she does that, then yeah, she'll be able to block and then use this. So where would she block? She'll go block, block, block. Use this, she goes to 4. She goes to 4. But then I have a 5/5 and a 2/2 against a 7/7. Gosh darn it, that Honey Mammoth was such a good draw. The 4 life is so relevant. I still have 1 Rumbling Rock Slide and a Ram Through. That would be good here. That's another big top deck. If I drew a mutate card right now, that would be huge. I think I'm supposed to Alpha Strike next turn. I'm getting attacked. What? Yes! She may have the card that taps 2 of my creatures. Maybe. I'm not going to play around it. Oh my gosh, I suck. I totally forgot that I could use that. Yeah, you're right. I totally should have done that, Shirkovitz. Onto the shark. 100%. Oops. Yeah, that would have been really good. I'm so bad. That was terrible. If I bounce the Mammoth, do I just win? I think they're dead anyway. Like all my two smallest creatures combined for 9. And this thing has trample. Boom. Yeah, Shark Coil also would have been bigger with trample. Yeah, I totally messed that up. I forgot that I would get the trigger again. I kind of have been thinking of them as like one-off triggers. But yeah, nice. We got our revenge. Vengeance is sweet. I'm gonna go into my deck and cut a land. I did not realize I had so many. What land type do I cut? I definitely cut a mountain. And then what do I add? That's the question. 3 apes was savage. Definitely. They probably thought they could trick me into attacking, because I did have to top deck that mutate for it to be like a game-winning attack, and otherwise she would have like ate all my stuff. Maybe I want fully grown. I do have 15 creatures. Fully grown can be nice. Bristling Boar can be nice. I have Gem Razor instead of needing to have Wilt. I don't really need the Forbidden Friendship, I don't think. I do have 4 2-drops already if I include Fire Prophecy. I think I'm going to put in Fully Grown. That could be good. Mana Rock for full Mythos value. Greed is good. I had the Mana Rock in at one point. I feel like the combat trick's just going to be better, though. Like, giving Trample to some of my big creatures is going to be really nice. I'm against another person that is not Maria this time around, which is nice. Yeah, maybe a different opponent this time. 1 Swamp better than Rock. Going to keep this hand. We're probably just going to run out the Trumpeting Gnar on turn 3. Since 3 Fertilids. Rips the gain land off the top. So good. I'm not even sure if we're supposed to cycle the Sandworm. We're just going to Fire Prophecy this so we don't fall behind. And we'll get rid of the mountain. We can get Worm back with Mythos in the late game. That is true. They just have their 3rd color naturally. Gosh darn it, opponent. I am afraid. The Otter is like the type of card where they play it and you're immediately like, oh no. No! Oh, the pain! At least I'll be ahead on tempo when I Rock Slide it. Because I must Rock Slide it. Definitely not cycling this Sandworm. Fire Prophecy's great. Really? I'll try that out, Sierkowitz. You ought to kill that. Jeez, Maze of Death. I'll try that out, Sierkowitz. Oh, they're cycling. Oh, they're doomed. I'm definitely going to use it to ramp. Because then I can go get a forest. And then play the Sandworm next turn. Sandworm is definitely a really nice card to have access to. Opponent wondering what they're supposed to do against this terrifying Fertilid. They are using the new pet option. Dreamtail Heron. Oh, nice. Don't want to cycle that. The rock slide is just like unconditional removal. Yeah, I get to get some sweet value by killing that now. Which is nice. Like, sure, they draw a card and get their 3/3 this time, but then I kill both their cards. We're 1-1, Sujav. We played against Maria Bartholdi twice. Won once, lost once. So. Oh, gosh. Does everyone have the same rares? Like, what? That's horrible. For us, at least. This is actually okay for us. They're at 7. They drew so many cards last turn. That was ridiculous. They just had, like, this stupid rare. This rare is irritating as heck. No! Give me the card that bounces, the shark, please. The shark would be amazing. Fertilid, not so much. How many drafts are we doing today? It depends on how long each draft takes, Okos Bro. Are you kidding me? Ha! It doesn't include elephant. We've got the board stalled out thanks to our 7/7, so we're fine for now. Ooh. Nice little quartzwood crasher. I have rares too, opponent. I also still have my trumpeting Gnar in play. I top deck with the best of them, as they say. Okay, that's an irritating one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 9 lands left in my deck of 23 cards. They only have 17 cards left. Oh, because they've drawn so many. And they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they have 9 lands. They've played 9 lands. So they have 8 lands left out of 17. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They have 8 lands left out of 17 cards, and I have 9 lands left out of 23 cards, so I'm just very favored in a top deck war. Oh, ram through, you beautiful, beautiful, beautiful spell. Oh my gosh. That's actually so good. I think I have to wait on it, though. Because, like, I could make a sweet attack, but they're just going to throw everything in front of whatever I attack with. Like, if I attack with Quartzwood Crasher and they just, like, double block, then sure, I could punch one of them. They'll just block with more than that, though. I think we're just going to wait until we draw more spells than them. We don't have our Raking Claws in the deck. We cut it from the deck. Okay, they have a flyer. Does ram through... No, it doesn't combo with the Crasher. It's only combat damage for Crasher. I checked that. I'm not thinking I think the 2/2 being here is actually a little bit relevant, because then it can like block the Kafira. I'll draw. I think it might actually be worth it, because every land I draw is actually super bad, and I can just cut one for free. But I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's a 1/1 versus a 2/2 at the end of the day. So yeah. Yeah. If I attack with both of these cards, they have to make some sort of block. So how would I block if I were them? I mean, I know I have Ram Through, but I'd probably put like everything onto Quartzwood Crasher. And then like this guy and this guy. I think I can afford to wait. I have some good top decks that would really help in this spot. And I have a few like mutators to put onto Trumpeting Gnar. That would be good. I'm just going to get rid of my fertilids. I really don't want to draw lands right now. This is like the worst possible time to draw a land. I'm just going to keep one around. Come on, man. The odds of me drawing lands are way lower than them drawing lands, I'm sure. Like, they have 14 cards left and they only have 8 lands. Or, I guess they have 10 lands in play now. They could have neutralized for sure. Yeah, they could have, like, many things. They could have the... Oh, they call me the land... I don't understand the saying landlord. I am just fine. I've got 12 lands, so I'll draw spells in the future. Honey Mammoth has trample now. The horror. Oh, my deck is just waiting for the perfect time to give me my second Ram Through for ultimate value. Like, if I have 2 Ram Throughs here, I'm going to be in such good shape. It's just wanting to give me my Pouncing Shore Shark right now. That's what it wants. Oh, yes. Fertilid, just what the doctor ordered. I can ram through this flyer. I think I'm going to wait one more turn. They might be able to Alpha Strike me. It's kind of scary. I can go block. Block. That's a good one with all these lands. Except we don't have any gosh darn permanents in the graveyard. This has been horrible. That was... We just don't have any... We haven't been trading because we haven't been drawing spells. So I can ram through, then I can get back my Quartzwood Crasher. This is 9 mana. It's going to be 9 mana to get the Quartzwood, so I have 12 mana in play. 13 if I include that. So if I... ram through Kafira. Right, I forgot about that part. Whoops. Oh, I'm just dead. Yeah. Well, not much I could have done there. Yeah, I don't even really have like that many permanents that would have been insane in that spot anyway. I don't know. Let's try the mana configuration that Sierkowitz recommended. We add the Zagoth crystal for a forest. That gives us a little bit more mana consistency, maybe. The fertilids have been okay, but not like insane. Yeah, let's try it like this. Yeah, the problem, Sad Boy Flex, that you missed was I drew 4 lands in a row or something. At an inopportune time. Kai Nipping. Ooh, this is a good hand. Oh, this is such a good hand. What do we even lead with? Cut a Fertilid for a Raking Claws. We definitely want to play one of our 2-drops. Probably the Naturalist. Okay, that's fair. So we can play this and the Essence Symbiote, or we can just play our Fertilid. I think I like this in Essence Symbiote. This card is completely absurd. I can mutate this into a 5/5 right now. Let's just do that. Like, if they're going to be dirtling with their Parcel Beast. No! Wrecked. Maximal wreckage. Don't have another Essence Scatter, please. If they go for a double block, I can kill the Proudwill Binder. Oh no! They're just drawing extra cards. It's so sad. I wish I had a Parcel Beast. This seems like a very value-oriented format so far, but I'm not going to make any massive sweeping judgments on my first draft. Sure. Oh, I could have gotten a land in response, maybe. Maybe that would have been better. Got him! Oh, yes, opponent. Get greedy. That is your birthright. Oh, yes! Oh, yes. I'm 1 mana short of doing that play. So I'm just going to play the Quartzwood Crasher. There is a +1/+0 first strike card. Dang it, they don't play around it. Maybe if I just attacked first. Gosh darn it. Okay. We'll just play our Greater Sandworm. Blue has looked pretty irritating. Yikes. I still have a big board, so I should be in fine shape here. Mythos of Brokos, sure. I think I Mythos and Fertilid here. Oh, I know what I messed up. I should have Gem Razored to give this thing trample to make a 7/7. Oh, I'm quite bad. I don't think about those things sometimes. I'm not gonna say I'm bad, but I like didn't even consider doing that when I really should have. Because that would have been really good. I forgot that I could just use this to give trample, and then I have a 7/7. I think they were hoping to hit a land there. They have a lot of spells. Yeah, it is the first attempt. Oh, that's going to be coming back when I get my Boneyard Lurker, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Boom! We got the win. Nice. Defeating Kai Nipping. Feels good, and I'll see you folks in the next round. Let's roll. Let's see if there's any changes we want to make to our deck. We do have a lot of Fertilids, so maybe we can cuddle. I don't think we've been using the Fertilids really to make mana. I'm glad we aren't forced to main deck Wilt. I wonder if Bristling Boar would be okay, just as a 4-drop. But I think this is fine. I'm glad we have the extra card that can give trample. Found another matchup. Darsh. I was really worried it would be another rematch. So we're 2-2 now. This is a pretty solid hand. Fertilids can ramp us up. It's not the best hand, but Mythos will get us some value later on. And we're on the draw, so we have time to draw our big spells. Ooh, playing against a white deck, finally. Ooh, this makes it much better. Naturalist into Fertilid into Gnar. Whoa, what's this pet? Ooh, our first time seeing the Snare Tactician. I've been having high hopes for that card, so I think it's going to be quite good, so I'm interested to see how it plays out here. They might not expect the Gnar. Nobody expects the trumpeting Gnar. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. The stretch. They're just holding up all their mana. They gotta have something. We're just going to go for it. This is the first draft, Epic Gerardo. Like, sure, they could have a counterspell, but we have Mythos of Brokos. And they could just have a Cycler or something. Boom. I suspect Trumpeting Gnar is getting tapped. They might be able to deal 4 to it, but then it's still a 2-for-1. Or it's a 2-for-2 at least, because I lose my Fertilid and Gnar, but I get left with a 3-3. Like, they might have Divine Arrow or something. What? They just chumped? I'm confused. Okay, that's fine. We have a... We can, like, get 2 lands with this. We'll attack them for 3. Then we'll play our Fertilid. And get a land from this. Yikes. That card can be scary. Sure. We already have our island in play. Which is definitely... We should have just played it instead of whatever land we played last turn, so we could use our Fire Prophecy more effectively. We'll draw another land to discard to that. Oh, actually, we can put this back into our deck and then just search it out, because it goes to the bottom. Nice. Patagia Tiger. Maybe we should add a swamp for the Mythos of Brokos. I know I've been resistant to the idea, but like, we have so many fertilids. No, because this thing can't get, it's only for creature spells. We don't actually have swamps in our deck. Oh no. Are they choosing odd? They choose odd. Okay. So my 3/3 token can trade with it. Okay, I'm in a great spot here. I have to have more powerful cards in my deck at this point. Booyah. Protection from odd, of course. Yeah, I need to add a swamp. Just one. It'll make my Mythos of Brokos so much better. That's actually a really good draw here, because my Mythos of Brokos wants stuff in the graveyard. Let's see what we hit. Oh my gosh, that was actually absurd. Our two most expensive cards. This is protected from odd, so it cannot stop the Lava Serpent. Just gonna jam. This is protection from odd, so it can block the Sandworm. But next turn we can go Lava Serpent and then attack Lava Brink. Boom! Our opponent has conceded. Let's go. Whew. I'll see you folks in the next round. I keep saying that as if I'm going to pause the recording, but I tend to, in the first draft, I tend not to do like edited recordings because like I'm saying a lot of stuff between the rounds and stuff that I don't want to get edited. I'm editing my deck a lot as well. So let's add one swamp. Obviously using Ikoria art because this is Ikoria. Let's use the skeleton. And then we can cut one mountain. So we still have 7 sources, 8 sources, 1/1. Just to make our Mythos a little bit better. I think it's going to be good. Any other changes? Deck looks pretty good to me. Yeah, if it was a 2-mana 1/3 that made any color, that would be some insane power creep. What is a mulligan? Pretty good hand here. Gonna get rid of Mythos. Because we don't really need that effect right now. Thank you, Henry Olnick, for the follow. I appreciate it. I'm going to keep Boneyard Lurker and cycle Sandworm, because it's the same thing. So this gives me a creature. Hello. In this spot, we're definitely going to cycle because we really want to fertile it on turn 3 so we can go 3 into 4. Add Swamp for Mythos, gets rid of Mythos. Mythos is more of a late game draw spell, Grustin. Testing. Perfect, my audio is still fine. Audio settings. Perfect. I think we'll give this Trample in case we draw a Quartzwood Crasher. Oh, we were 1 and 2, Sujav. Clawing back from a farther brink than that. I think I'm just going to play the Boneyard Lurker. So I just have another 4/4 in play. They can give this Death Touch if they want. Yeah. Is it better to mutate and get back this guy? Probably. No, it's. I want to have a 4/4 right now. Yeah, the Swamp is doing work right away. Wow, punished. I think I'm going to kill the Cloud Piercer. One second. Is my Twitch stream no longer live? Or is the app not working? Dead weight on that guy, okay. Thank you so much, Big Red Chang, for the follow. I appreciate it. Okay, yeah, I was really confused, Bluminal, because it was like, people are in chat, but like, it says I have no people in chat, and I was like, but I had like people a second ago, and people are still typing in chat. Yeah, that you knew my confusion exactly. I'm keeping this guy around because I have the disenchant card. Okay, cool. Squirrel opposition. Thank you guys for letting me know. You're all the bots. Are you kidding me? That was not... You know there's some mills where you're like, wow, that was really good. That was not one of them. Thank you so much, Fox Mission, for the subscription. I really appreciate it. All is going as I have foreseen. The Fertilid makes such a weird noise when it comes into play. It's like, Wah! Thank you, Fox Mission, for the subscription. I appreciate it. Boom! We are on a rampage! We have figured out our deck's optimal configuration, I think. After losing to Maria Bartholdi, we then beat Maria Bartholdi, and then we lost again, won again, and now we're on a bit of a spree. Up to 4-2. That's anything above 50% win rate, going to be pretty nice, and not planning on stopping anytime soon. Stopped flooding, started winning. At least we didn't mill Mythos. We knew that it was on the bottom of our deck, Sujob, because I put it there with our mulligan. So, yeah. Well, this is an interesting hand. On the draw, I think we keep this. We have some pretty good outs to draw into. This is where I wish we had more mountains rather than... Yeah, but it's still relatively good. The Fertilid does make demonic sounds. Indeed. Durable Collabug. This guy makes a fun noise too. He sounds like, ah! Oh, the sound effects. Classic. Yeah, I'll block. They'll get it back later, but we aren't going to be doing anything for a while. Booyah. Don't mill 3 lands, please. Boom. Hey, I am Sixer. Welcome. Well, we did mill 2 non-lands. Both of them pretty solid, but... And our Mythos to get it back, but... Hey, they're also mana screwed. Nice. I messed up. I shouldn't have done that. I should have done the opposite order. Not punished, but if they had like a Divine Arrow, I would have wanted to keep my guy alive, I think. Deadweight? No! My Gem Razor's gone. Dang, we really needed a mountain there. Just jam our guy. Wow. Give me a mountain. This is insane. I think their color screwed as well. Thank you, Phenomenon, for the subscription. Why not cast the shark without mutate? Oh, to eat their guy? I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking about trying to like blow them out with the bounce effect at some point. But yeah, now that you've mentioned that, I would definitely I'm just gonna do that. I just didn't even consider it, honestly. Getting the mutate is generally pretty valuable. I'm still figuring out mutate. I keep forgetting how it works a little bit. Even though I've spent a lot of time talking about it, explaining it to people, I just like forget that I can mutate onto my shark once it's already in play, stuff like that. I was like, well, I guess I have to put on my excavation mole. Yeah, we can't have that happen. We're gonna bounce this thing. And then we have to bounce the coil bug. I know it still comes into play, but they don't get to kill a creature. And then I can kill their guy, hopefully. Thank goodness. Look at the swing. Look how brutal this, like, turn of events was. Like, oh my gosh. Just, like, decimated them. They probably have just a ton of removal in their hand. They just haven't had anything to kill, because I haven't had anything in play. That'd be kind of fitting. There's the mountain. Should not have played that. They have removal, don't they? And they're dead on board! Boom! The streak! Oh my gosh. Crasher is nothing shy of a bomb. Well said. Did I have fun in the match? Yes, I did have fun in the match. That was like such a brutal swing. They were gonna mutate their bat in. It made the token Sujav when my 2/1 trampler hit them, because the shark was on top of the 3/3 that has trample, which is really sweet. So like that was such a brutal swing. It was like on their end, like I stopped them from getting the mutate trigger to kill my mana dork, and then I used the mana dork the following turn to play Crasher because I drew a mountain, and then I used the extra land I had to kill their guy with the Crasher, which dealt 3 damage to them because of the trample bonus from crash through, whatever that card's called, ram through, and then I hit them for 2 and made a 2/2. It was like an insane swing. Is Cardboard Live working for Ikoria yet? I'm not sure, Big Red Chang. I'm not really sure how those things work. But doesn't seem like it. Yeah. Derek York. We're on a massive winning spree. I think our deck is actually really good. I'm really glad that things turned around with it. Because the first couple rounds were a little bit irritating to lose because we kind of flooded, but not like super irritating, just like kind of felt bad that our deck wasn't performing as well as I think it could have. So like, because people tend to get very results oriented, like, oh, the deck didn't get 5 wins, it must not be a great deck. But I think it was. Whew, great hand here. Absolutely stellar hand. Whew. The serrated scorpion, I think, is just kind of bad. Thank you, Freakhorn. I really appreciate it. We have a nice 3-drop into 4-drop into a couple removal spells. Ram through is so good. It's so good. True, Strickler. Very true. The 3 dots mean that it has more text. At least that's my understanding of it. They like changed it slightly, but yeah, this means it has text that's relevant. Okay. This is the menace light thing. This is the lifelink, I think. I will say this is not great. The 2 square versus like. Oh, they're ramping. Nice. It's when they go to mobile transition. Yeah, that makes sense. Remove up to 3 counters. Oh, the Heartless Act! Brutality! There goes our Fertilid. We honestly didn't really care about the Fertilid, but that still feels so sad. I can't believe they went Menace Lifelink instead of Death Touch. We're going to play the Tigerilla with Trample. Because we have Ram through and stuff, and Trample payoffs. I was really tempted to just Rock Slide the Grim Dancer. Very tempted. I'm just waiting for someone to go, like, steal my creature. They don't have a cycling card in the graveyard. Oh my gosh, they're so dead. They are so dead. We're gonna hold back this thing. Yeah, we're just gonna hold back and block. Like, taking 1 point of damage here isn't worth it. Like, even a single point is just bad. They will steal all of my money. Yeah, they went with Menace and Lifelink. Yeah, that has Death Touch, though. So they are going to be doing 1 point of damage per turn. And this is a little bit of damage. So we are going to have to kill this at some point. We have such a better spot here, so we don't want to blow it. Like, we might have to ram through that and then trade these. Like, I think I'm going to do that. Just because we don't want to get pinged to death. And this thing can't block our Greater Sandworm anyway. Like, we're at a virtual 5. Well, that's fantastic draw. Destroying their mana rock is kind of nice because they might be splashing white. And we gain 2 life. Now that we've gained some life, we can attack. Turn the corner. If Boot Nipper attacks us, we attack them back for like 9. Yeah, Fertile is a great draw. Yikes. Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. We're at 5. We're in fine shape. Menace? Yeah. Well then. I think we're just gonna mutate back the Essence Symbiote and play it. We're in good shape. We're stable. They have their white source, which is a bit of a bummer, but if we draw any of our mutate cards, we're in good shape. And yeah, and we have some removal spells still. And a land is a fine draw. Oh, wait, and we can just get a land, right? We'll just definitely just do that, get a couple lands. Any cards that have surprised me that had a bigger impact so far? The mutate cards have been really good in general. That's a good combo. Jeez. Well then. Greater Sandworm can attack past it. You can mutate at any time if it's a flash mutate. I'm gonna get my 2. Boom! Yes! Oh my gosh, what legend is this who just perfectly gets his swamp and mountain for his Mythos of Brokos? Oh yes. Glory be. Do I even have a creature I'd want to go get? Probably. I mean, I've got that shark. Oh, I've got the shark. Duh. I think I'm just going to cast this turn, though. Finally, a full Brokos. Next turn, I'm going to go Mythos, get the shark, and the, and return something else. And return Gemrazor, probably. But I really wanted to get the Sandworm into play. Maybe that was a mistake. I'm at 3. I might be dead. I've got to get the Shore Shark, I think. Choose one, get a permanent. I'm gonna get back the Tiger. I'm so nervous. I have to get back 2 permanents, so I can't get back a removal spell, unfortunately. I can bounce something again and return another permanent. So what permanents do I have to get back right now? I have a Fertilid. Permanent card. So I think I'm just gonna get this so I can cycle it. Bounce their most expensive card. This has been a great game, yeah. Maybe I should have played the Ferocious Tiger guy so I could have played the Lava Serpent next turn, but I just wanted a 5/5 to block the Furious. I guess this thing also blocks the Frenzied Raptor. We have such a big mutate creature here. It's been getting us so much value. Getting rid of First Strike from this was such a huge deal. We literally are only in the game because we had that extra swamp, so... Oh my gosh. It can only return opponent's creature. Yep. Oh, that's how you do it. Oh, that's cool. I did not know that. Thank you for sharing that, Chunky Sharp. Sure. We trample over for 1. Does it have Menace? Yes, it does. And we get a 1/1. Nice. We're about to win. The Sandworm has been clutch. Good game, opponent. Holy smokes. That was a heck of a game. champion. Yes. Oh my gosh. We got the island and the swamp out with our like fertilid counters, and then we immediately ripped the Mythos of Brokos to get the win. That was insanely sweet. I think this might be the finals. We might have come all the way back from down 1-2 to be in the finals. It is. This is the final round, folks. Win or go home. This is our deck. One last look at the glory that it is before we dive in. Can we get there? Max wins, first attempt. No big deal. Just a day in the life. That was so good! The clutchness! Oh, me too, BSB. This has been great. Absolutely incredible. Thanks again to Wizards of the Coast for giving me access to this event. A free preview account. I really do appreciate it. Shadow VIP. They've got the Luca avatar. Luca versus NicolaiBolas. Let's see. We're in the finals. We're on the play. And we've got to keep her on our hands. It's a little bit sketchy, but these are the ones you got to keep. We just need one land, and then we're set. Whoa, they even have the sleeves. Boom. We did it. The Fertilid can get an island and then a mountain or something. NicolaiBolas. Thank you so much, Alex G. Price, for the subscription. I appreciate your support. Yeah, not the end of the world. We don't really want to trade this guy off. He's going to be high value. I guess we're lucky that we didn't mill our island. Definitely afraid of them going land Heron. That's going to be awkward for us to deal with. And they know we have mountains in our deck because we milled. Oh. Well, that's a scary card. They must have needed lands. Let me get an island so we can get this shore shark and bounce the otter if we need to. And then I think I'm actually just going to let this... I'm just going to use him again and let him die and get a mountain. Like, we'll chump and then sack him. Sure, that's fine with us. The double ramp / fixing. Yeah. I just wanted to have access to the mana, depending on what I drew, but I could have seen waiting on the Fertilid. I think I'll let this thing hit me. Oh, I also realized the sweet Fertilid combo where I just like get an extra counter every time I mutate onto it, and then I can get an extra land. So maybe patience would have been a virtue there. Okay. I'm afraid of them having a massive cycling turn. Yeah, there's no way I can block your Marmoset, opponent. You know it. I know it. We all know it. Rock Slide, that's a good card. So if they go for a double block, and they have a cycler, so they block here with both, I can make my guy a 5/5. I can bounce one of their guys. It's the Essence Symbiote. So they have 4 cards, I have 4 cards. Thank you, Jody Merlin, for the follow. I appreciate it. We can't attack into the double Marmoset. We're going to have to probably Rock Slide one of them. I just wanted to get the Lava Serpent into play first, because then next turn I can Rock Slide a Marmoset. Them not having a Cycler in their hand, or using a Cycler, is really good for me too. I can Rock Slide a Marmoset. Then I can have Fully Grown and Pouncing Shore Shark as options as well. That is a long sound animation for Swiftwater Cliffs. It was like a good 4 seconds of the waterfall noise. Not that I'm complaining, but that's just a funny little thing to note. Proud Willbender. Perfect. Good to know. I'm actually more afraid of the Marmosets. That is big. That is huge. Again, I'm just going to wait 1 turn. So if they have cycling 1, then their thing's going to have 8. So let's just attack them for 5 first. I'm really afraid of what they could have. Is the player draft as good as MTGO? It's better because you get to play on Arena afterwards. The gameplay on Arena is just so much better because it's faster, it's more engaging. We can Rock Slide and Shore Shark on a key turn here to win the game. We're at 21, so I'm not afraid of them going cycle, 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 cycle to kill me. Even though each cycle is equivalent to 5 damage right now, which is kind of nuts. Okay, 4 mana. Okay. Okay. Well, now I know which Marmoset to kill. Just gonna kill it now. Attack for 8. Puts him on a 2-turn clock. I'm really hyped for player drafts. It's been really fun so far. Okay, so... And then they have the deal 3 damage for 2 mana. That's exactly what we wanted to have happen, folks. Exactly as according to our plan. Yes! Yeah, it's pretty much exactly what MTG was missing. Yes, that is exactly what we wanted to have happen. They have Yadaro. That's okay. We have the Shore Shark. I think we win. We have Shore Shark on top. Quartzwood Crasher. We needed a land to be able to do it, but now we can. Yeah, also it kind of messes with their monetization model. Yes! We got to the end of the video. Oh my gosh. Epic comeback to get all the way to 7 wins with our deck. That was truly glorious. Absolutely amazing. We went from 1-2 to 7-2. This is our deck for anyone that missed it. I think, yeah, that was our last round. But this is our deck for anyone that missed it. If you did make it all the way till the end of this video and you're watching on YouTube, remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos, and in the comment section down below, leave hashtag epic combo or a hashtag like mutate comeback. Yeah, hashtag mutate comeback because we had some really cool ones, or hashtag Brokos Colors because that was also another clutch moment of the draft. So any of those hashtags in the comments down below to let me know you made it all the way till the end of the video. Remember to hit that thumbs up button, as I said, subscribe, leave a comment if you have any questions or feedback. Thanks again to Wizards of the Coast for giving me access to this early access event. I really do appreciate that. So thank you to them. Free access to a preview account. Check out the Twitch stream, twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas. You can find the community Discord server in the link to that in the comments and description below, so you can talk about all things Magic with me and our community. And if you would like to support the channel directly, you can do so by just subscribing to the YouTube channel, following the Twitch stream, or you can do so directly on Patreon. Patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. That's going to do it for this video. I had a blast exploring Ikoria, and I can't wait to dive into more. That's going to do it. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you folks next time.